Another star on my display, calling out from far away, calling out from far away. No one's been here before me now. I'll find a way, don't matter how. Through the dark and endless night, past the points of fading light. Every world that catches my eye makes me want to touch the sky. And I know that I was made for this. Every system holds another gift. Every horizon calls my name. Nothing left to hold me back again. Out here where the stars are bright and new, there's always one more frontier to break through. Break through. Shots are blank and sensors clear. All these wonders drawing me. Let them say it can't be done, while I'm chasing distant suns. In my ship I feel alive, as these cosmic waves I ride. Every scan reveals the way to places where I'll make my way. We are all explorers at heart, born to push the boundaries of art. Time to rise, time to fly, beyond what meets the eye. Beyond. Every horizon calls my name. Nothing left to hold me back again. Out here where the stars are bright and new, there's always one more frontier to break through. Break through. I hear the call of distance, and I know I found my place. Oh, I found my place.
Oh, welcome in everybody. Haven't streamed in a few days, so I thought I'd get in one. I don't know how long I'll stream tonight, but gonna be a lot of honking and scooping. I decided I'm going to go a complete loop around the galaxy. So, that being said, show you where I'm at as I normally do before I get started completely. I started out where my carrier is parked back here, and I'm pretty much just going to go around the entire galaxy. My first waypoint is about 18,000 light years now. I can only plot 20,000, so what I'm going to do is just work my way over to that waypoint, and I'll plot another one, another 19 or 20,000. So I'll probably stay about the same distance away from the galactic center, not near the edge. I might move further out toward the edge or closer in, depending on the density of the stars and stuff. And I'll do some exobiology on the way. I'm really just trying to make the trip around. Excuse me. Just had meatloaf for dinner, so it's telling me it's there. I just did this. There's 2 planets in this system. I just finished doing 5 or 6 biologicals on each one. Stratum tectonica on both of them. So, there's that. Let us begin, move on. Excuse me. Let me turn my speakers down. Now let me know if the background music is too low, too loud. It should drop in volume when I'm talking. So it shouldn't interfere with y'all hearing me too much, as long as I keep the microphone close. Not that I'll be doing a lot of talking anyway. Looks like the level's okay. We'll see. I'll probably switch out to full screen here in a minute because no one wants to look at me. No boosted landing gear down. Usually I have trouble putting my landing gear down. I gotta be careful because voice attack will do things like deploy it and stuff inadvertently if I use it in conversation much. It's gonna be a long trip though, in total about 164,000 light years. No idea how long it will actually take me. I don't want to take too long, but I'm not in a real hurry. You know what I mean? Next system en route.
Selecting next destination.
I'm racing past the borderlines into the great unknown.
I have an 80 light year or so jump range on the ship, so I'm pretty much honk and scoop. I'll scan the system real quick. Dang. Depending on what I find, I may or may not stop. And do any exobiology. That will slow me down significantly. I start doing exobiology on every system.
Analyzing.
Wrong scanner, of course.
Fuel scooping.
Last scanner I used was the surface scanner, so.
Shows countless worlds.
21 bodies though.
Fuel scooping complete.
Kind of moved away from far enough from the bubble that everything's undiscovered pretty much out here. Amazing, I've noticed you have to move significantly further away from the bubble now to start finding undiscovered things, at least along the galactic plane. I moved about 3,000 light years and I was still having, finding things that were already discovered. Let's see what's here. First, let's see who's been here. Nobody's been here. Oh, 21 bodies. Hopefully I'll find a green gas giant on this trip out. On my bucket list, you know.
Body of 2. Neon-rich atmospheric landable.
I did set my star filter for the route planner to include
Neon-rich atmospheric landable.
non-sequence stars
With atmosphere.
and Wolf-Rayet and carbon stars, but not red, not class L's and stuff. I don't mind finding. I wouldn't mind stumbling across a black hole or something, but
Body C7. Neon atmospheric landable.
once I get on the other side, or the west or east side, I guess, of the galaxy, I know at least in the Hawking's Gap area, I'm going to be further out than that, but on that side there was a significant number of notable stellar phenomena and stuff, so I don't know if that area, if that trend continues further away from the galactic core where I'll be, but we'll see. There was actually so many that it was annoying is the wrong word, but there were so many I just stopped checking them because they were all the same thing.
Body of 3. Neon-rich atmospheric landable.
Oh, rich.
Landable with atmosphere.
Okay.
Commander Barkadashan charts another
Good
course.
hiding.
Against all odds and warnings, following this force. New worlds keep appearing.
The rest of the cluster.
The distance doesn't scare me like it used to do. Every new horizon pulls me
One left.
straight and true.
System
Every
scan
star
complete.
Right, no life found. Hey, sorry, I missed me with my chat window there. Xborn, Xbox. Okay, welcome in, 07 Commander. Hope you're doing well today.
Shift drive charging.
I try to be very responsive to chat. The window was covered, I'm sorry. The chat window's like right here normally. When it moves, it catches my attention, so you can see people come in the comment and chat. I did park my carrier. My goal is to go all the way around the galaxy and come back to my carrier. I'm gonna
Fuel scooping.
when I get over near Beagle Point or something, I might dock over there and turn in, do any repairs or something. But
Fuel scooping complete.
we'll see how it goes. I do have 2 AFMUs in case I need to repair stuff. It's gonna be my longest, distance-wise, longest trip. I didn't even notice what the count was there. Anybody's? I expect it will take me probably about 20 days or so, depending. How much I get done. Notice the system's already mapped, so someone's already been here. Thankfully, I don't have to do anything. In tween. Got anything good here? Let's see. No first footfall. No neon anyway. Not gonna be anything good there. It's gonna be bacteria and another neon. And there's gonna be anything worthwhile here anyway.
What lies beyond the edge of
I'm gonna
everything.
make sure nothing weird shows up here. Sometimes notable stellars and things like that might show up there. Believe it or not, there are times when a notable stellar or something will not show up on the FSS, but will show up on your nav panel. It's weird.
Shift drive charging.
Ran into that twice.
Breaking free from gravity, I'm on my own. What lies beyond the edge of everything I've known.
Yeah, nothing exciting tonight, just traveling. That I hadn't streamed in a week or so. Thought I'd get that out of the way. People know I'm not dead, things like that. Not the best night to stream. Usually I like to stream on Mondays, but for some reason I didn't stream this Monday. I get why.
Fuel scooping complete.
Schedule may be kind of chaotic. I don't have a schedule per se, but I have to call every day this month to see if I'm selected for jury duty, so no telling what's going to happen. Hey, Sweet Star, welcome in.
Everything I've known. I'll chart the path that no one's ever shown.
Also, I added a couple of people in my Discord to the going live notifications. So if you're in my Discord and you want to be added to that role, let me know so you'll get notifications when I go live. If you're getting a notification and you don't want it, let me know and I'll remove you from that. I don't have it set up to do that automatically. Effort that someday. 8 bodies. I like this mandalay. Jump range is so nice on it too now. Out for all seasons.
A cow for all seasons is raiding. Forcing 19 victims to suffer through your stream.
Hey Cal, welcome in. Thanks for the raid. I am an open. You want to come find me? I know you probably would. I'm not too far from the bubble yet. I will be far from the bubble though. I'm just out here. And I'm going to go all the way around the galaxy. Make a loop all the way around it, return back to my carrier coming from this direction. I saw you were playing that. Excuse me. It looks like it's fun. I don't know if it's my type of game, but it looks fun to play. Dr. Nazimo, welcome in. I think there were 8 bodies here I need to look at. I'm just gradually traveling around and doing my thing. You said to be back by summertime, so I'll try to be done with my loop around the galaxy by then. If not, then I'll just cut across the galaxy to get back home. Only 165,000 light year trip, so. So how does that work? This ads are running. I guess you can see me. But how does that work with the Game Pass Xbox? Game Pass, can you play on the PC with that? That's what I know. I know nothing about that. I see the term name Xbox in there. I assume it's for Xbox. Oh, okay. My son has an Xbox and a couple of Xboxes of some type. I've seen a couple of people playing that, and I don't know anything really about the game, but it looked good. What other big RPG?
Frame shift drive charging.
Places we once thought untrue. Your name will mark these charts we draw. First, the message that you send us back.
Jumping to next system.
Well, if it wasn't hidden by my gameplay, I could pull up the Epic Store or something and see what's listed. I'm sure it's plastered all across it. That or Steam Store.
Scanning.
33. It doesn't strike a chord to me though. 15 bodies.
Complete.
Last system somebody had already been in. What about this one? Expedition 33. Hey, I don't even think I've seen any advertisements for that. You're obscure. Never heard of it.
Looking back at where we started,
Body
never
1.
thought I'd go this far.
Argon
Nothing good
atmospheric
there.
Landable with life. Landable with atmosphere.
Stars, just to free from what they told me. Something called
You'll wonder how I know that there's nothing good there is Elite Observatories. Telling me that it's
Body
just
6.
bacteria and fonticula
Neon
there.
atmospheric landable with life.
But I knew that anyway from
Landable with
the atmosphere.
Body 2.
Thing.
Argon atmospheric landable with life. Landable with atmosphere.
Bacteria.
Body 11. Neon
Yeah,
atmospheric
sulfur
landable
dioxide
with
with
life.
2.
Landable with atmosphere. Body 10.
What's your
Neon
next cooking
atmospheric landable.
stream gonna be?
Landable with atmosphere.
can't stay, won't stay.
I know you were gonna do meatloaf at some point. I
Body
don't. If you
7.
already did it, I apologize
Neon
because I wanted to
atmospheric
see that.
landable with life.
Didn't see that one. No.
Landable with atmosphere.
I made meatloaf today though.
Body 8. Neon atmospheric landable with life. Landable with atmosphere.
Your OBS is crashing? You know, my OBS has crashed like twice since I started using it. But I think they just came out with a new version of it. Hey Vagabond Soul, welcome in.
No one's been this way before. There's no map where I'm going.
Body 12. Neon
Crap's life out
landable
here.
with life.
System scan.
Landable with atmosphere.
None of this any good.
Body 13.
Frame shift drive
Neon
charging.
atmospheric
Sometimes I
landable.
see
Landable with atmosphere.
my dreams.
Rip Haven, welcome in also. Ah. I think there was a new there was an update for OBS. It's supposed to fix some things. I'm always reticent about updating OBS though. 31.0.3. I get real nervous about updating OBS. I don't know why. I haven't had any real problems updating it other than
Fuel scoping.
sometimes it re-enumerates or something the devices and I have to re-add like the microphone or
Fuel
something.
scoping complete.
Hit the road back. Well, okay. All right. Well, that's good. Man, maybe you had some leftover old code or something that it was trying to use. I'm actually trying to get some travel in instead of all this scanning, but never find anything if I don't look, I guess. Just wanted to get it off my bucket list to make a trip around the entire galaxy. I did just go over 1,000,000 light years of travel though, total hyperspace distance since I started playing the game.
Further past worlds no one's seen. But every new distance
Travel. I'm trying to read what that emoticon says. I can't really read it.
between us
I think it's in your codex somewhere. Do it. Okay.
galaxies unknown.
Yeah, it's in your codex because that's what I posted on Twitter. A screenshot of my codex thing and the EDSM badge that you get for going over 1,000,000. Next one is 2.5 million. I think that's going to take me a while.
New planets below, strange colors in space. My ships run true.
You stream on Twitch, Rip Haven?
Beyond the
I
last
think that's about the maximum for Twitch is 6K, isn't it?
I'm charting the darkness with you on my mind.
Yeah. I know it complains to me that if I go above a certain point, it will say my stream is unstable or something, even though it's rock stable at that bit rate, but it's just too high for it or something. So I know you can tell it to ignore it, but that doesn't mean Twitch will be happy with it. I think YouTube though is much higher than that though. Well, let me get through with this right here.
Body 4H. 5 of 6 premium boost
Let's see
materials.
let's see what you do. Yeah, if there's anyone in here that streams, feel free to speak out. I am not one of those streamers that don't like people to self-promote. I don't count anyway, so feel free to wave your hand and say you're a lot funnier than I am, and come watch you. I don't care. I do too. Actually, I've been an affiliate now. Yeah, I don't know for sure, maybe 2 years.
Adjusting for jumping.
And I've gotten three checks from Twitch, I think, 3 payments. About $60 or so each, because the minimum's $50, I think. And it takes like 6-7 months for me to accrue that amount to get above the threshold, just from, I guess, from ads or the occasional sucker that subscribes. I say that lovingly. People that might consider subscribing. I don't really do this for income though. I just do it for fun. I learn a lot from people in chat, especially when I first started out streaming. Hey, Pickles, welcome in also. Good to see you there. But I learn a lot from people, especially when I first started out streaming. About streaming and about the game. I like it when people would go, you're doing that wrong, or there's another way you can do that, or did you know?
Adjusting for jump.
And I always appreciate information, no matter where it comes from. Yeah, don't expect to see a lot of excitement here, guys, unless I come across some biology that I'm interested in. I'm just going to be honking and scooping while I travel to my waypoint. We got some orbit lines here, so let's see if it's been found. Not nearly enough orbit lines for 32 bodies though, so it may just be, that's just a couple of stars, so. What we got here? I think those are auto scanned. Right. My favorite pastime, not mapping, scanning. Mainly because I'm so slow at it. Not as slow as I used to be. I was using my joystick to aim this thing initially. Now I use the mouse, and that's much faster. Not that I'm fast, but it's much faster for me to use a mouse. Alright, Calvin, thanks again for the raid. I appreciate, you coming in. Well, I, pretty much all I do in the game is exploration and exobiology. I had just come back from about 42 days out in black to do some colonization stuff, and had to hang around while they re-released the colonization crap, and oh, it's behind the star. Let's fix that. So I'm heading back out, and I decided I'm going to go entirely around the galaxy, loop around. I've been to Beagle Point. I've been all over already, but I'm just going to make a trip all the way around 160 some odd thousand light years just around the galaxy. It'll look good on the travel map, you know. Just doing it because I can. My idea about streaming and everything is if I'm playing the game, I might as well stream, you know, and I don't have to have people watching me, but I do enjoy chatting with people though. And I'll say at every stream that I don't multitask well. If I'm chatting and playing the game, I will either chat well or play the game well, or I will do neither one well. So if I'm focusing on chat, I may screw up the game, or I may just ramble on. That's a pretty color.
Non-locked body with fast
I may just ramble while I'm chatting. And I do tend to talk a lot during my streams, though, even if there's no one watching or chatting.
Body A3A. Sulfur dioxide atmospheric landable with life.
Bacteria or stratum frigus. Well, sometimes I've organically had, you know, 25, 30 people before, especially late at night. The Europeans will come in, or the Aussies and stuff. But, or you get raided by someone like Stargoid or something. I was going to say something, now I've completely forgotten. It'll come back to me at some point. It's about streaming, but oh well. Had some bad weather rolled through overnight. And this morning I had to reload my video drivers twice. Every time it would just get this millisecond power surge or something, and the video would go all wonky, and it would just do weird stuff. Wouldn't recognize all three monitors and things, and so I just reloaded the AMD drivers, you know, from Adrenaline software, and everything was good. But I had to do it twice because the power flickered twice. Thought that was kind of annoying. I probably could have fixed it manually, but it's just easier to reinstall the software. So Pickles, are you still playing Slayer 2 or whatever that? I always ask you that every time. I never can remember the game you're playing. When are you coming back to Elite, man? Stalker 2. Hey, I'm getting closer. It started with an S at least. It's... Stalker 2. Seems like I watched some of that gameplay to see what the game was about. Bottom of what pole? Oh no. Everybody's the same level of importance to me. I don't care about anything, hardly. But family. Don't take that wrong, folks. I mean, I just... You know, it is what it is. Everybody would stop worrying about how everybody thinks. Life would be so much simpler.
System scan complete.
Nothing worthwhile here.
Frame shift drive.
Family first. You're right. Chosen family. Well, I can kind of relate to that.
Jumping to next system.
I will be streaming on May the 8th. Thought that the president was going to name that some type of holiday or something. I won't be streaming for that reason. That's simply my birthday.
Compiling data for cartography.
And I will expect everybody to send bits and subscribe to me on my birthday. Yeah. And if that works, y'all let me know, because I'll have more birthdays. Every month, I'll have a birthday.
Found a world of purple skies, left my footprints first to rise, over mountains through the clouds. No one
You hiding
speak
here?
out loud, but every scan and every side.
Good plan. Yeah, well, if it works, if it works, it's a good plan, right?
And though the distance tries to win,
I only have 232 more jumps to my waypoint, my first waypoint.
1,000 light years out.
And at this rate, I thought I'd get there tonight, but I'm stopping the scans so much. I tell you, if I wasn't streaming, I would just simply be honking and scooping, and I'd be just beating feet, get there. I'm doing this though in case I might actually find some biology that has some, something other than honking and scooping. Maybe find some bacteria in the dark or something, something fun. Yeah. If you've ever done that, looking for bacteria in the dark, well, you know what I mean. It's fun.
Leads others here to stay. The map we draw together now goes further than we dreamed.
Ultimate in scanning, speed and efficiency here. You gotta ask yourself, how the hell did he make Elite 5 in exobiology and exploration? He scans like he's in slow motion. Ooh, though. Wow. What is that, 3 levels, 4 levels of drill down?
Stars we chose to know. Stars we chose to know.
Now let me know if the music is too loud. And if you like that particular type of music, I have a 2-hour video of just that music on YouTube. Feel free to go listen to it.
Saw the mission born in flight.
It actually gets more views than I would have ever thought.
Footsteps through the stars.
Oh, that's one of the things I was saying a while ago, is I do tend to talk. Even though I say I'm not going to, I tend to talk a lot about what I'm doing sometimes because of YouTube. I upload all my videos, their streams to YouTube, and I tend to get more views there than I do of the actual live stream when it occurs. And that way people on YouTube will have some clue as to what I'm doing and maybe why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's kind of repetitive to repeat viewers to hear the same things over and over again, but
System scan complete.
Faster than
trying to keep it real for the YouTubers.
Frameshift drive charging.
makes me feel so much alive.
Speaking of YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube later, feel free to subscribe. It's free. Give me a thumbs up. It'll help.
Adjusting for drink.
Help with what? I don't know, but that's what everybody says. Certainly not monetized over on YouTube. I have been playing with YouTube Shorts though, a little bit. I haven't really efforted that much, but I may actually try to do a couple more real YouTube Shorts instead of just clips from the main stream made into YouTube Short. They do tend to get a lot more views.
Looping complete.
Showed us the way beyond the stars we knew.
Right. Anything here, please say no so I can just move on. Good. If I was paying attention, this would have told me that there was only nothing here. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's what happens when I chat. You know, the full screen view.
Leaving system.
3, 2, 1.
Friendship now engaged.
Anybody has any questions, comments, snarky comments? All okay.
Gathering information. Cartography updated.
Fuel scooping.
You have a question.
Systems
Good.
complete.
I probably don't have an answer, but I hear. I'll take your question.
Fuel scooping complete.
Meaning of life. Well, that's better than what color is an infinity or something.
Charting paths untamed, where no one dared to aim. Through storms of stardust.
Right, chat, help him out. What's the meaning of life? Why does life have to have a meaning? I mean, that's like saying beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I guess the meaning of life depends on your perspective. What am I missing here? Am I just talking so much I'm not paying attention? I guess so.
Frameshift drive
Jeez.
charging.
Like I said, I can either chat or I can play. Rarely can do both at the same time well. Threw me off there, Pickles. I had to think for a minute, trying to think of something profound, to say. Oh, it's okay. Chat has priority to the gameplay. At least to me. I would much rather interact with people in chat than
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
rum rules. Oh, nothing here. One body. Pay attention, Commander.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
You wait on my every word. I don't know what to say.
2, 1.
Cardi Smuggler. Hey, that sounds like the name of a ship. Wouldn't that make a good name?
Completing system
Or a
scan.
fleet carrier. Yeah.
Fuel scooping.
In here either. 3 bodies. There's A star, B star.
Fuel scooping
I don't
complete.
see a C star, so there's one thing hiding here still. I'd have to name a cat Smuggler or something. Well, I happen to have 4 extra cats right now. Kittens. Neighbor lady said she's going to ask her friends for if anybody wants one. I sure wish somebody would contemplate taking them, because I don't need 9 cats. Not that I don't want 9 cats, that's a lot of cats. I don't.
System scan complete.
No one needs 9 cats. Go for it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, I only have 1 or 2 restrictions on who can take a cat from me. One of them is that I live out in the country and I don't want somebody to say, "Oh, I need a barn cat or something." I don't really want these cats to be barn cats. Even though there's nothing wrong with a barn cat or an outside cat, I don't know. Things happen to
Starting in
outside
1
cats.
minute.
All my cats have been outside cats at one point in their life, though.
Scanning for information.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, no home, no house cat. Yeah.
Fuel scooping complete.
That's like somebody might come up to me and say, "Yeah, I need another cat because my last cat got hit by a car." I can understand why they'd want another cat, but I understand your cat getting hit by a car. I know because one of my cats that I love dearly got ran over by my wife. When we first moved out in the country here, we thought, oh, we'll let her go out and she'd lay around the yard and stuff, which is exactly what she did. But she ended up laying underneath a van. My wife got in it and took off and ran smooth over her.
Frame shift drive charging.
That was like my first real cat. It was Jessica.
Vectors.
3, 2, 1.
Interstellar travel mode.
She was part Siamese. In fact, she was my profile picture for a long time. God, that was over 20 years ago. Time flies. Braven loves me. He got me in his tunnel. I haven't had too many, fingers crossed, I haven't had too many crashes since the Trailblazer 3 patch or update came out.
System scan complete. Fuel
Oh, and I
scooping.
would say I haven't had any trouble with video stutters either. That's not true. And the last planet I landed on
Fuel scooping complete.
when I was first descending, I actually had some video stutters, but it's much less a problem than it was, so I can't complain really. Ads are still running. I think it said that everything was complete, but let's check.
Frame shift drive charging.
Last K-Star coming up.
Jumping to next system.
I had trouble plotting my course initially to the
That's quite
waypoints.
something.
Didn't have enough jump range. I'd moved it too far away from the center of the galaxy. There wasn't enough stars there, so I had to move it a little bit inward. I might try going to the
Data incoming.
easternmost, easternmost part of the galaxy while I'm swinging around this way. Been to the westernmost.
Fuel scooping complete.
When I get around to Beagle Point area again, I will probably try to go to the northernmost. I've been to the top of the galaxy. I did go do some material gathering prior to this trip to make sure I had enough Jumponium or FSD injection materials in case I needed to have some increased jump range when I'm playing around out here.
Faster than light velocity reached.
Do not have any repair limpets or repair limpet controller and stuff. I just have AFMUs though. But if that becomes a problem, well, it is what it is.
Executing now.
Worst comes to worst, I can always take an express trip back to the carrier. I assume if I blow up or die or something. I would say the last place I docked, but I don't know if that's true any longer. It seems like when I died once doing some other stupid thing. What was it? I self-destructed on purpose when I was mining with a friend. Instead of jumping all the way back in my mining ship to my carrier, I thought, and I hadn't docked anywhere, I thought I'd just self-destruct and it would put me back on my carrier. It did not. It put me on a friendly carrier that was nearby. Not sure I liked that. At least wish it would have given me the option to decide that. I ended up having to jump back anyway. This looks exciting. Monkey Head sector, huh? I don't think I've ever been in this sector before. I did make a little side trip the other day to the Jellyfish Nebula. Nothing special. That was part of my last minute run to get a million light years. I jumped like 6,000 light years out from the bubble and 6,000 back, and that pushed me over the top. I saw that I was close to it. Made a little day trip doing that.
Sometimes in the silence between the stars, I feel you pulling me on.
Body D3.
Like
Neon atmospheric landable. Landable with atmosphere.
Yes, the voice speaks to me in frequencies unknown.
The kitty cat's outside my door playing.
Body D2.
Kittens are right outside my door, literally. I've got them wrapped in an area there in the hallway. I'm becoming an escape artist too. I keep having to make the barricade higher and higher, and they climb. So I'm not going to be able to contain them much longer. They're going to get free roam of the house and
System scan complete.
meet all the other cats and discover 50 million hiding places.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hoping to avoid that.
Star charts and scanning beams, far past where others
Jumping to next system.
80,000 light years.
worlds beyond compare. These empty spaces call, and I must answer.
I don't think I would have ever gotten my jump range up this high on my aspects. I can still even, I can even go higher if I really got rid of the shields and stuff, but
System scan complete.
I'm not doing this without shields. I scrape the ground way too often when I'm looking for things,
Frameshift drive charging.
especially on a long trip like this. Whole damage would add up.
Adjusting for journey.
2, 1.
Interstellar travel mode engaged.
Ships log another dawn on planets strange and new. Ancient mystery spawn in skies of crimson hue.
Affirmative.
My radar pings the night
Fuels moving.
as stellar storms ignite. Quantum drives
9 bodies, including the star.
Fuels moving complete.
further than ships can sail, past where the brave turn back.
2 stars.
Trails down every astral track, where the light's been seen before. That's where I make my home, breaking through the cosmic roar. Always more to roam, where no light's been seen before. Each world unknown, alone, alone.
Nothing good so far. Nothing.
In the vastness I am free.
System scan
Every
complete.
star's a destiny.
No life found.
Frameshift drive charging.
Taking photo.
Light into the endless.
Didn't say to do that.
Where no
But
light's
thanks.
been seen before. That's where I make my home. Break
Leaving system.
If I told voice attack to do that, it would ignore me. I keep discovering commands in voice attack that I didn't know about. Like inadvertently saying something, while I'm talking and doing things, like thrusting me into the ground or something, which has happened. We have orbit lines.
Far beyond the charted maps, I fly. Each star a beacon in the night.
Making the star tinier behind me there a little bit so it doesn't obscure so much. See if those orbit lines mean someone's map this place. Nope, those are just auto-scanned. Make sure there's nothing good there.
10,000 stars are calling out my name through westward fields and solar flames. FBI, open up!
Who's that?
Wake up. Illiston is raiding.
30 victims.
Forcing 30 victims to suffer through your stream.
Oh, welcome in. 2 raids in one night. Rar. Welcome in. I don't know how to say your name, Illiston. Illiston? Thank you for the follow also. Naomi Nova, welcome in also. Call you Illy? I can do that. Well, thank you again for the raid. I'm not doing anything exciting here. I'm a little bit of exploration. I'm on a quest around the galaxy. Quite literally, I'm making a loop around the galaxy. 160 some odd thousand light years. That's behind the sun. Can't have that. I just got started. I haven't even made it to my first waypoint. My first waypoint was 19,000 light years. Yeah, it's going to take a while. I imagine it'll take me about 25 days or so. I'll show you where I'm currently at, though, for you guys that just came in. Started out here at my carrier. I parked my carrier here. I just plan on staying about the same distance. And just, heading around, around here, depending on the star density. At least till I get over here to Beagle Point. I've been to Beagle Point before, but I'm going to go out here. There's a kind of the farthest point that you can get to. I want to go there. And I'll just keep going. I've already been through here a lot already. You see all the bookmarks I have. But I'm just going to keep going around until I get back to... I can't even use the map here. Oh well. Get back to where I started at. And if I stumble across some stratum tectonic or something, I'll go down. But I'm not really concentrating on exobiology yet until I get further away from around the other side of the galaxy a little bit more. Hey Velkanos, welcome in again. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Body 60.
Bacteria or fonticula.
May host a new personal codex.
More bacteria or fonticula.
Blendable with atmosphere. Body 6 feet. Methane atmospheric blendable with life.
Up late? It's not late yet.
Codex
It's only not even 10 p.m. yet.
Blendable with atmosphere. Body 6C. Methane atmospheric landable with life.
Hey, raid and runs, no problem. Ellie, thank you again for the raid and welcome in anytime. Any other raiders that came in with Ellie, feel free to drop in and say hi anytime. I love to chat with people. Have any questions? Feel free to ask. I may or may not have answers. If it's game related, if I don't have an answer, I probably know people who do, though. More often, though, people in chat have the answers to my questions. Yes, I'm ignoring the 4 or 5 systems here that had bacteria and fonticula. Again, I'm just doing this little quest just to do it, not for any particular reason.
Fuel scooping.
Maybe make a couple of $1 billion in the process doing some exobiology, but it's not really about the money or the credits.
Fuel scooping.
Just to do it. 5 bodies here. Let's see what these bodies are. 2 stars. Start. I like high metal content world. I think there's something hiding here. Because it was there, huh? Mr. Sinister. Yep. Do it just to do it. Because you can.
Frameshift drive charging.
Not the first to do it. Won't be the last. This exobiology and exploration is what I like to do anyway, and it really doesn't matter where I do it, so I might as well do it somewhere I haven't been before. I mean, just off the beaten path. There are better places to do this type of stuff, though.
Completing system scan. Stand by.
If I was really doing it, I'd have economy mode on the jumps and have, 1,000 systems in between, jump points. And I don't know if you've ever done that near the core, where there are literally thousands of stars so close by. It's been an entire stream. Doing that. I usually, when I'm moving the carrier, I will do exploration, in between the waypoints where the carrier's jumping between. And, do 7 or 8 systems in between them. And if I'm really trying seriously to do some exploration or exobiology, I'll switch to economy mode and 40 or 50 systems in between carrier points or, something or more. And if I'm streaming, well, I can fill up an entire stream real easy with doing that without running out of stars or systems to check. Alien fauna. I probably never. That's kind of like saying, when can you land on, when we're going to be able to land on planets with real atmospheres? And that opens a whole nother can of worms, if you get into habitable, places, that opens a whole new can of worms for FDev to try to effort, and as long as they don't turn it into No Man's Sky or some weird stuff like that.
Our echoes span light years through time, through
I'm missing some gas giants here. I need a green gas giant. I've seen green gas giants. I've never discovered a green gas giant though. That's on my bucket list. I want a green gas giant. We got lots of black holes and neutron stars. I need a green gas giant. Don't have any Earth-like moons under my belt either though. Heard they exist. I've never seen one. And I'm the type of person, if I see a post on X of some cool place to go, I'll go there. Just to see it with my own peepers, you know. There was a type, a Q07 type anomaly, little glowing ball that posted on Twitter, and it said, this is the only place in the galaxy that's known to be. And I just happened to be only 12,000 light years from it, so I took a day trip and went over there and saw it with my own eyes. I get impulsive like that. I'm retired, so I don't have a real job, a day job. So I can pretty much play how I want and do stuff and just go off and do what I want.
5DA. Nested moon.
Frameshift drive charging.
I do have a short 5-minute video or so of the Type Q07 anomaly on YouTube.
Adjusting for journey.
All my streams, almost all my streams are uploaded on YouTube, but I do take certain ones I take clips out of and more salient things, interesting things. You know, no one wants to watch just a bunch of jumping and honking and scooping and scanning.
As you know.
But like going to the Lagrange clouds that had lightning and stuff, you know, that's, if you've never seen those, that's worth going to, by the way. They're not far from the bubble. If anyone in chat's interested in seeing that for themselves, I've got it bookmarked. I can give you the link of where they are. Again, they're not real far from the bubble. And it's worth seeing. I do have also a short clip about that though on YouTube. I almost said on the YouTube.
Frameshift drive charging.
Adjusting for journey.
2, 1.
That's quite
And there's even thunder with the lightning. Pretty neat. Don't read too much into that because
cartography
at
update.
those distances that the lightning is from, it would take a long time for the sound to get to you, but not realistic. But it's cool.
Fuel scooping complete.
17 bodies here, 2 stars. Maybe we got lucky and someone's mapped it already for us. Nope. That's why I like is when somebody from Horizons or, somebody comes through and does all the mapping, but they don't get any first footfalls. They just, map it and go. They can even have the surface maps of the water worlds. I don't care. But I do want the discovery bonus if I'm going to effort going down for some crappy bacteria. I want at least to get the discovery bonus on it. Multiplier. I have to be pretty bored before I'll go down for bacteria, unless it's informing. There's sound in the vacuum of space. You're right. However, the game does have good sound. I'll give it that. Even the electricia, the electricia that glows in the dark, some types of it, if you get real close to it, you can hear it hissing, electrical hissing noise. And the little mollusks making their little moo sounds. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, you need to go find them. They're in the notable stellar phenomenon. Can I get the edge of it? Yes. Speaking of mollusks, I have a real short clip about that, where one of them was mad at me and it's shooting at me with something, or some type of electrical discharges.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hey DSS, Lev, welcome man. Hope you're doing well tonight.
Course adjustment.
2, 1.
Faster than light velocity.
Well, Velkin, as you know, of course, because there's no real sound like that in traveling, going to travel through space, it would have to be something like that, I guess. If you're going to hear anything realistically, it would have to be something your sensors interpret.
Fuel scooping.
DSS, I'll let that statement stand. He's looking for haulers.
Fuel scooping complete.
You need help doing your colonization or something?
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm the same way. When I need tritium on my carrier, I'll just park it right next to the like Chomsky terminal or someplace and put in a buy order for 20,000 tons. At some ridiculous payment of price, and the next morning I wake up and my carrier is full.
Scanner activating.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Hey Techno Freak, welcome in. We got all these streamers coming in. You guys, everyone knows DSS, I'm sure. Techno Freak is back to streaming recently. A lot of Elite.
Frameshift drive charging.
Will not find a more helpful individual than Techno Freak.
I remember when I was afraid to everything I knew slipping away from me, but something pulled me further than before.
So DSS, your carrier is there. What are they hauling where and to?
Each night takes me deeper into what I meant to be. The fear gets weak,
Thank you for the follow.
sets me free.
Ah, okay. I get it. So
Scan
it
starting.
is for colonization. Okay.
Fuel scooping.
What you building?
System scan complete.
Endless delay.
2 bodies
Fuel
here.
scooping complete.
Charts and maps can't show
I've been going. I was using like Trailblazer Wish, and there's a system like 8 light years away I would park at. It was quicker.
tells a different tale. Through the
It's quicker to just hop out
Ad
back
starting in 1 minute.
than it was to super cruise between, the systems. If you can get a carrier slot in the system, which I couldn't have most of the time.
Frameshift drive charging.
I only have 214 more jumps to my first waypoint. Oh boy. Been slow going because I'm scanning too much. I need to just ignore the exploration aspect and just jump for a while. When I really start traveling, I will only start scanning systems about every 10 jumps or so. Else I'll never make any progress.
But I found truth in emptiness. What once was strange is crystal
Ooh.
clear. Now every
My systems in the call sector. Get through this. Let me see where where you're at. Is that address you posted where your carrier's at, or is that the system that you're looking at to do? Oh, okay. Mine.
message back to you. From the edge of everything we thought we knew.
Ah.
When you feel that calling.
Well, I know Bill Knows is after the update is I suddenly started having some tritium and stuff produced, something actually useful in my system that I had in my refinery extraction system stuff, and which is what I was hoping. I was hoping to get some tritium, not a lot of tritium, sadly, but it's a start. This is where my system is at.
Where stars got
And there somewhere. And I only have I have a few things. You got asteroid base there. There's an asteroid one here. An installation or something here in the ring. And I got a refinery and stuff on one of these planets and a bunch of stuff. So I actually started getting some tritium on a couple of the asteroid bases and stuff, and not a lot, like I said. Plus, a lot of other components that are used for colonization. Like computer components and CMM and stuff like that, but not in large quantities though. Yeah, let's just start.
Frameshift drive charging.
I really just wanted a system that made a little tritium and had haz-reses, and I got that. So I can do bounty hunting in the haz-reses and
Jumping to next system.
keep my carrier topped off. Or mine tritium. There's a tritium hotspot in the ring too. So. I know Technofreak there, he's been doing a lot of the colonization stuff and figuring out about, especially before the trouble they were having with the economies before they came out with the latest update with the links, strong links and weaker links and things. I don't think it's all working quite right, but I guess it's better than it was. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention again, so. Oh, it's only 9 bodies. This won't take but a second. Yeah, it has improved. I mean, like I say, I'm getting tritium now, so I'm happy. I didn't even check the population on the systems. You have one settlement? You talked about me being ways out? I'm nothing. This is not a ways out yet. I've been much further than this. I'm just getting started. I'm seriously, I'm going to make a loop around the entire galaxy. Because I can. Hiding. Where are you hiding? It'd be that way. Find it. It's here somewhere. There it is.
System scan complete.
Oh, no, this is... Let me see if I can do this. I've been on EDSM all day and now it wants me to log in again. Pull up my travel map here and hard to see. I can't shrink it down any further. In here. See that or not. That's where all I've been in the galaxy though. Oh, there it is. I can shrink it down a little more. But that's where I've this is over here is the westernmost part of the galaxy. You can get to Beagle Point up there. And of course, Sagittarius A, Colonia, and a few nebulae I've gone to. And if you look closely at, you can see where I parked the carrier, and I'll just do exploration around it. And I'm only currently. See this little line right here. This is the trip that I've started on going. I'll be going around the whole entire galaxy. That's where I'll be. Or where I'm going at least.
Frameshift drive charging.
Just to do it. And I'll have about 16 or 17, let's see, I'm making about 20,000, 19,000 per waypoint. It's going to be about 163, 164,000 light years around. So I'll probably have, realistically, I'll probably have 16 waypoints. And some side, be doing some side trips also off the beaten path.
Scanning for information.
I'll find something that catches my eye and I'll go run over and do it and come back and get back on the path around.
Wide ring. Body AB3. Wide ring.
Wheel zooming complete.
Big star. Okay. Bunch of bodies here. Too close to the star, but let's see if there's. Hey, Ocker, welcome in. No one's been here, I don't believe. At least you didn't do the jump scare and embarrass me in front of 32 people. And by the way, if anybody does redeem the jump scare or something, don't blame me, guys. That's all on them. Or the person that does it. I've not seen a whole lot of good stuff out in this area, though. Wait, yeah. Well, I have my speakers turned down quite a bit, so it probably won't startle me as much as will some of the viewers. I think you've taken over the top person that redeems that. Cal for All Seasons used to come in and do it all the time. In fact, that was one of the ways I knew how that Cal was in the audience, was he would redeem it before he said anything. Me personally, no.
Body maybe too deep.
Yeah, well, you had to do it, didn't you? Had to do it. But no, and the weather, actually where I live, the weather hasn't gotten bad. The tornadic type
Body of 6.
activity and stuff is actually about, I think the closest it actually got to us, where I live near the Gulf Coast itself, here in Mississippi, so it was inland about 50 miles or so, or 60 miles north of me, is I think the closest reported bad weather.
Body 85.
That's pretty. Just to show what the jump scare looked like there, huh, Vagabond? Yeah. Vindicious was in here one time when someone did the jump scare, and she said she threw her controller. Now there was some good kind of a lot of storms came through this area. Oh, what's this?
Ammonia atmospheric landable
And,
light.
and it really wasn't quite the season for it. It's kind of unexpected, but you know, now we're well into that type of seasonal storms. And I'm originally from Oklahoma anyway, so I'm not too worried about thunderstorms and things.
Body 85.
Hurricanes, on the other hand,
Body of 5D. Ammonia atmospheric landable with light.
we might have to go look at some of these things. I'm not seeing anything that's super great, but just to break the monotony of this honking and scooping, we might go down and find some things. Where do you live at? You live in something like Michigan or something, or you're in Alabama or someplace? Alabama? Okay. And we're pretty lucky where I live here. Usually when these lines of storms come through, they either pass inland of me, or you know, they start breaking up as they come through southern Louisiana or something. They'll tend to break up a little bit. I mean, we do get them here. Don't get me wrong, but not as bad as like Hattiesburg and stuff, which is, you know, north of us a little bit.
Between the stars and savage hearts, we forge our path to glory. Your spirit guides us
I'm
through
gonna have to drill down for these clusters.
your
That hiding away.
story. Money, wealth from cosmic stone, where danger makes its haunting home.
Well, at least we have some life to go investigate. When I get done scanning, I'll look at exactly what possible types of life we have. And evaluate whether I'm going to effort, what I'm going to effort. You can, yeah, you can see weather. You just can't go down the planets that have weather. It would be nice to be able to pass through clouds and stuff, you know, when you're flying your ship down.
Body AB3F. 5 of 6 premium boost materials.
I think it'd be cool if you had the opportunity to actually fly your ship down and
Body of 3B. Ammonia atmospheric landable with life.
some degree and have to deal with, you know, heat and things like that. Make it a little more realistic. But then again, you know, so many people would die just trying to get through the atmosphere, I guess. I don't know. Kind of like one of the explanations Arthur or somebody, one of the people at FDev or whatever said about the ship interiors. And they said, yeah, the ship interiors would be great. It'd be cool for the first 10 or 20 times you got to pass through it. But then whenever you're under fire and your ship's under fire and you're on foot and you want to get in your ship and you want to get in the cockpit and get off the ground fast and you have to go through, you know, 50 or 60, you know, feet of your ship to get to your cockpit and everything before you can take off, you know, it would get old. I could see their point in that regard. Okay, let's see what we have here. 3B. 2 biological signals, but it has bacteria. Well, heck, let me show you what it has. Oh, that's down. That's simple. Oh, well, never mind. I thought I had it set up to capture that. Huh. Look here. That'll work though. At any rate, it's 2 biological signals there. There's possibly bacteria concha fungoides or tussock. I imagine the bacteria is not going to drop off, so 2 of the things are going to drop off, either the concha fungoides or tussock. And I suspect the concha will drop off for sure. We'll see. I'm not too concerned about that. Let's see what's on the other one. Another 2 bios with a crap ton of optional life that could be that I'm sure anything good's going to drop off. This one has 4 bios though. We'll go there. We'll go to 5E because I like finding concha. And the odds are the concha won't drop off. Well, the odds less likely to drop. We'll go there and see what we got. AB5E. I'm telling how far that is. As I press ahead, breaking virgin ground. Here it is. Not that far. We have Super Cruise Override, right? Yeah, that's one of the best things they added to this game was the Super Cruise Override. Talk about being spoiled. Back in the days when you had to spend an hour and a half going to Hutton Orbital or something, now you can do it in what, 20 minutes or something. Taking my time here, folks. Trying not to do a loop, but you know me, I'm known for my loops. I even have a loop of shame counter. So I am coasting, it's just we may have control, okay. Hey, I've done more loop of shames in this Mandalay than any other ship, though, because it coasts for a long time. Especially if you're coming out of the SCO drive. Or you can pretend that you've turned the SCO drive off and wonder why you're not slowing down. I've done that more than once. Treating it like my regular boost, you know, you push it once just to boost, and it's a, you know, with the SCO drive, it's a toggle it on, toggle it off. Sometimes I forget to toggle it off, and I wonder why I'm not slowing down. Let's pick a daylit side. Oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, sometimes you do a loop on purpose to reposition and stuff. At least that's my story, and I'll stick with it. But yeah, the Mandalay handles, even in Super Cruise, it's so much more responsive than a lot of other ships. Awesome. That's a cool color of a planet over there, though. And I got these super nifty DSS probes, so whatever it says 4. We might can do it in 1, but I'll give it 2 just to be nice. Hope the Conscience Tubus doesn't drop off the list. Fungoidia, they can go away. I don't want to deal with Fungoidia.
Mapping complete.
And of course, everything Concha dropped off, but the Tubus
Body of
didn't.
5e. May host a new personal codex entry.
Gelada Fungoidia, though, either Gelada or the Sit. Well, we'll go for the, no. We'll go for the Tubus. And hopefully maybe the Ossus if it's nearby. I might look for the Fungoidia just on as a matter of principle, but I hate, I really detest Fungoidia. Not personally the Fungoidia itself, I hate. A lot of times, finding Fungoidia is usually not really hard, but finding a place to land sometimes is quite challenging. Depending on the type of Fungoidia, you know. And I'm not the only person. I've watched other streamers bitch and complain about it. I've given up on Fungoidia so many times. I say it's just not worth it. It's not worth the time. The return of investment on the time spent trying to get it. Such little money that it pays. But sometimes I do like a challenge. I like trying to find bacteria in the dark. If it's in Foreman or something, I would, but I learned my lesson on that a couple of times already. Last time I did it not really intentionally. It was a pretty dark planet. It was pretty much in the dark, but it turned out not to be that hard to find, but kept going, where's the star at? It was like so far away from a cold star. It was just pretty much dark. We're looking for Tubus. That'll show up really well. There's some video stutters. There's some Tubus already. Let's see.
Landing gear deployed.
And you'll notice that I am not an SRV person. I will fly 300, 400, 500 meters to get the next sample before I'll get in the SRV in most cases. Because it's usually easier for me just to disembark, grab it, and get back in the ship and find another landing spot. Usually, unless it's like Fungoidia or something. Or a Contra. Something that's like 150 meters, 200 meters, you know, and you can walk to a lot of times. You get a big patch of it, but I just don't drive the SRV very well. If you ever get the opportunity to see me, you'll understand why. I mean,
Tubus Rosarian confirmed.
Just don't drive the
Base
SRV very
value
well.
2.64 million.
Then there are people who
Sample
will drive over the
distance
entire
800
planet
meters.
looking for stuff, and it's just so much
First
easier to
partial
spot
sample
things from the
collected.
air. We have to go, what, 800 meters, so that's going to be way too close over there.
Minimum distance reached.
And
Traveled over 800 meters.
there's the
from previous
Ossus
sample.
right there, too. We might get the Ossus while we're here. Looks like it's pretty abundant.
Second partial sample collected.
Now let's try to find a spot that has Tubus and Ossus right next to it. The Ossus is probably in the see it's how it's in the outcroppings, so if we can find some Tubus right next to an outcropping that will let us not, then we'll deal with it.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 800 meters from previous sample.
Trying to see if we get lucky, but I don't see any Ossus here, but that's okay. We'll find it.
Another star on my display, calling out from far away, calling out from far away. No one's
Sample
been here
collection
before me
complete.
now. I'll find a way, don't matter how. Through the dark.
And the thing about the Ossus is it shows up under night vision pretty good as a bright rock, so makes it easier to spot sometimes.
That I was made for this. Every system holds another gift. Every horizon calls my name. Nothing left to hold me back again. Out here where the stars are.
Who's it at?
There's always one more frontier to break through. Break through. Shots of blank and sensors clear.
Another thing I like about the Mandalays, exit out the front. Whoops, wrong button.
Distant suns. In my ship I
You see it out front of the canopy, you know which direction to head really intuitively.
feel the way to places where I'll make my way. We are
Osseous Spiralis confirmed present. Base value 2.4 million. Minimum sample distance 800 meters. First partial sample collected.
time to fly beyond what meets the eye. Beyond.
More outcroppings over that way.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 800 meters from previous sample.
Thought I saw one right there, but guess not. There's
Ads starting in 1 minute.
Oh boy, ads. Y'all live for the ads.
Second partial sample collected.
Yeah, but it comes in handy to look down, though. Sometimes if you're trying to land close to something. I assume that's what you're talking about. I was playing in VR, and it is so nice just to be able to glance down or glance around and stuff and fly. Flying in VR is so much fun. Streaming in VR to me, though, I'm just not going to do that. I don't even like to watch other people, let it stream in VR. Not because it makes me sick or anything, but people just, I'm always moving my head, looking around and stuff. And in VR, I'm always, while I'm flying, or I'll be flying, trying to land on the carrier, and I'll be like looking up here at the carrier as I'm swinging around, which is real cool to do. As opposed to like driving a car with all the windows covered up except for your front windshield. And in VR, it's so nice, but... Or mining in VR is pretty nice too.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 800 meters from previous sample.
I guess I should have been paying attention to what I'm doing here. Go over here. Wasn't paying attention, so here's a bright rock. Let me land, come on. Why you not let me land here? I want to walk 200 miles to this thing. Come on. That's too bad it doesn't, whoops. It's too bad it doesn't work for on foot stuff. I have 2 Mandalays. I don't know why. I pretty much only do exploration stuff anyway, but I might set my other Mandalay up just to see how much maximum jump range I can get out of it. Get rid of shields and all that other stuff.
Sample collection complete.
I had like 2 Python Mark IIs. I did buy a Cobra Mark IV when it came available for credits. I don't know why. I mean, nothing wrong with it. I just haven't really used it much yet. Hey, that's everything. I'm not going to worry about the Fungoidia. Let's press on our trip and see. We could go over to 5D and see if that Aliota is there or not. Maybe 5D.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Through the stars in your ship, far from home. just your voice on the comms.
Not too far away. We can get out of this gravity well. Or we can just zip right by it, right? We are actually further away than we started, but we're out of the gravity wells. It'll be okay. I went to Ericsson Star on the westernmost part of the galaxy. And the galaxy looks so tiny. Like it looks from here, it's big, but it's so tiny from there. Then I went to someplace on top of the galaxy, 4,000 or so, maybe 5,000. I don't remember exactly how far it was above the galaxy. That was a pretty good view too. Over here on the daylit side. In case I decide to go down here. This is when VR would be really helpful, because you can just like look up at the window to see where you're at as you're coming around instead of trying to guess. That'll work though. One little excursion I was doing, I was just hopping, just honking and scooping, and I saw a little red nebula, a little bitty thing, kind of like that one, but smaller. And I said, well, I'm going to go to it, and I did. And just a little bitty, tiny, it wasn't that tiny, it was about 80 light years across. But
body to map is of 6.
Okay, we have nothing here but osseous and bacteria. That's unfortunate. Dropped off. Oh well, let's go get the osseous since we're here. I often have good luck at finding osseous around rims of craters, so let's go check it out.
Orbital flight engaged.
It's probably inside the crater, but usually I find it in outcroppings just outside the crater, so it looks like it's pretty common though, so it won't matter where we go down at.
Frequencies fade into
0.21G. Many outcroppings. Let's go over here.
beyond the boundaries we've bent.
Looks like a big tire track, doesn't it? Look at that.
Mapping mathematical stars, precision points to chart and parse. Binary beauty burns bright.
Not going to spend a whole lot of time with. I don't see this here soon.
Breaking barriers, boundlessly free. Coordinates calling
A bit of video stuttering there. Here we go.
Commander Bay.
Could just be rocks trolling me.
Planetary paths unexplored. Scanning systems seeking
Definitely rocks trolling me.
spaces to restore. Seeking more.
There's the bacteria.
Algorithms aligning with ancient arrays, pushing past parameters.
Is that seriously just rocks trolling me like that?
Mysteries are still a maze, pioneering paths where no pilot stays. Frequencies flowing through infinite boundaries in these cosmic rays.
Look at all that bacteria. That's another thing if you are new to exobiology and stuff, and you're looking for bacteria, sometimes it's harder to spot. It doesn't contrast as well with the, depending on the soil and the color of the bacteria. One thing you'll notice though, if this bacteria does not normally highlight with, because it's so low to the ground, it doesn't highlight with night vision. So if, you know, if you toggle your night vision on and off and it doesn't highlight, then odds are that it's bacteria, and as opposed to, you know, it's rougher, you know, a little bit different terrain or something. That's really helpful on the night side. Because I'm not seeing any here. Well, let's change the terrain up a little bit, and if we don't see it over here, then we are going to just call it and move on. Just coasting. I should have dropped the landing gear to slow down, because I actually wanted to see what was there.
Another day beyond the charts, my ship against the dark.
Sometimes I catch things out of the corner of my eye and
Leave traces in my heart.
not seeing anything here though.
Void keeps calling out to me, but
A
something
little bit of
holds
low
me
and
back.
slow for a minute.
I scan the endless emptiness. Each signal brings me higher. The questions burn inside my
Oh,
mind.
for something that's supposedly so abundant.
When all these stars fade away, will they remember my name?
Doesn't appear to be. So I'll make a pass over here and I'm going to move on.
Dans le vide infini, mon vaisseau suit sa voie. Les étoiles m'appellent ici.
Nothing.
C'est
And
l'impossible.
all right, Belkanos. Well, thanks for coming in. Enjoy your lurk. Appreciate it. All right, I think I'm done here. Next system en route.
Sure.
My heart beats faster as I fly. Will they remember my name? When all these stars fade away, will they remember my name? Or will I drift through time?
Get our other scanner up so we'll be ready for it.
The silence between the
Frameshift
stars.
drives
I
charging.
question why I roam, but every new discovery makes this path my own.
Course adjustment.
Yes, they'll remember my name when all these stars fade away. They will remember.
Probably only going to stream about another 45 minutes or so. Unless something really exciting happens.
By your command.
System scan complete. Fuels are
Nothing here. Try to get to bed at a relatively decent hour tonight. Won't happen, but I can say that and pretend. Come on, Scoop. Scoop.
fuel swooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Vectors.
2, 1, engage.
Mission log
Scanning.
2184. Just another day out here. Stars keep moving past my
Seven
door.
bodies.
The radio's so
Anything.
quiet.
Mandalay sure handles heat well, though.
Static fills my head somehow. Recording thoughts that light beam through the vast eternities, missing what I left behind. Floating free. Floating free. Found a new star
System
yesterday.
scan
Map the
complete.
coordinates clean.
Alright, I'm going to just honk and scoop for a few systems now.
Frameshift
Make some
drive
progress. I
charging.
got a long way to go.
So down. And messages from Earth slow down.
It's hard, though,
Adjusting for jump.
to do as much exploration as I have.
Space velocity reached.
You know, it's hard to go through a system and not scan it or something if it's undiscovered, you know.
Eternities, missing what
I think I was coming back from doing a speed run back from Sagittarius A, trying to get back to the bubble
Running
quick,
data for photography.
and I went through so many systems that I didn't scan or anything, and it was just so hard.
log amendment. Sometimes I forget the sound of rain, the weight of gravity, the touch of.
But I'm not on any time limit on this trip, but I'd like to make some progress before I get bogged down in doing a lot of exploration or exobiology,
Next system.
2, 1,
if you know what I mean.
Mission status still on course, but something changed in me. All this space between the stars shows what I can't see.
Completing system scan for
And I hate coming across systems like 40, 50, or 60 bodies.
system scan complete.
A, they hardly ever have anything worth
Grouping complete.
doing exobiology on, and it takes forever to scan that many bodies. At least it takes me so long. Some people maybe not, but
Frameshift
I'm not
drive
the fastest FSSer, so.
Commander Picard, sun signing off.
No, I'm not a narcissist. The song was done by AI, and
Frameshift now engaged.
he put my name in the lyrics, my commander name, so. It was part of the prompt, but most of the songs don't have my commander name.
Analyzing now.
If anybody is curious
fuel scooping.
about that type of music, I use the website called Riff Fusion. It's free.
Fuel scooping complete.
What I was meant to be.
And once you give it a prompt, you just click the generate thing, and it just generates, you know, 2 versions of it. And you can click it, keep clicking it until you find some, you know, songs you like, and you can download them.
Frameshift drive
Or
charging.
music, or you can do instrumentals. I couldn't come up with a good prompt, so I went to X and used Grok and asked it to generate me a prompt, and gave it some parameters, and it generated me a prompt that I used for
Jumping to
the
next system.
AI-based music, you know, generator. So Worked out well. I like the music. And it's copyright free so far.
Compiling data for photography.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Like it. No bodies to scan.
Fuel scooping complete. Frame shift drive charging.
Each new system tells another tale of footprints never laid before. And I believe in everything you say.
Jumping to next system.
2, 1.
Frameshift now engaged.
You charted paths where none had gone. Now I carry your torch on. Every jump into darkness brings light. Oh,
Scanning now.
every journey leads me to
System scan complete.
Well, you get what you wish for. I complained about not having anything or scanning too many things, and you got anything to scan. That's great. You're trying to make some distance. I mean,
Frame shift drive charging.
Vectors.
2, 1.
Jumping to next system.
and just in this little excursion so far, I have about 500 million in exobiology data with the stratum tectonica I found earlier. But I won't be turning in for a long time, so
Data incoming.
assuming I survive this little excursion, that'll make a significant amount of money eventually.
Fuel scooping complete.
17 bodies. You know I'm gonna scan, right?
They drew a line in empty space. Said that's enough, don't go that way. But something in your eyes that day told me you'd never stay.
Body 1
They said
CX.
stop,
Nested moon.
you fired up those engines. When
And the voice you hear talking is from Elite Observatory, the third-party tool. It's free to use. There are other tools like SRV Survey, Ecopilot, and stuff, but I find this one does pretty much everything I need. Gives me a list of possible biologies that may occur on the planet when I scan it, and the distances I need to go, and when I've gone those distances, which is so helpful. I found it to be very, very accurate in its listings of what may be on a planet. When I say may, I mean the list may be larger than the number of biological signals, but whatever you find on that planet will come from that list. Which is real helpful to evaluate things before you effort it. You just go, oh, there's nothing possible there that's worth my time. Or you can do like I did before I got
Body
the
3.
tool.
Argon atmospheric landable with
And learn that things like argon, methane, and neon with one or two biologicals is almost always bacteria or Bacterium fonticula, as is the case there. I say
Body 3F.
almost always. Sometimes. Now it depends.
Landable with life.
Things like
Landable with atmosphere. 3 grams.
sulfur dioxide or carbon dioxide with one or two,
Landable
or
with
even
atmosphere.
ammonia is something you want to pay attention to, because it's where you find the stratum tectonica a lot of times.
System scan complete.
or a nitrogen atmosphere with 1 or 2. It probably has some forming bacteria, which pays pretty good
Frame shift drive charging.
if you're after credits. I have a fleet carrier, so I'm always after credits. I just gave away a couple of $1 billion to a friend the other night, or yesterday, I guess it was. I do that fairly regularly. I find somebody that's trying to get a fleet carrier or something, and it's a little bit of a push to get the money for it. So I'll donate to the cause. Just paying back because
Gathering information.
how I got my-
Cartography updated.
how I got my fleet carrier was Cal for All Seasons and Rambo each donated a billion credits to me.
Fuel swooping complete.
That helped me get my fleet carrier ahead of schedule.
Empty radar, empty screen.
Since I've been doing exobiology though a lot, money is not really a problem any longer. In-game money, I should say. 10 bodies. Won't take but a second, right? Oh, we got some good candidates here. Let's see.
Another day alone, mapping constellations, no one else's no. Another system, another empty zone, making
I'm looking for that green gas giant. Not here.
coffee cold and zero G. Controls on autopilot 3. Data streams flow endlessly through the ship's geometry. Sometimes I forget the way Earth looked from my
Might have to take a break here in a few to get more coffee and take a bathroom break. Trying to make it to the end of this. Might be able to make it. Hopefully the dog can make it too. So. Where you hiding at? There's one left.
Got a message from command.
It's off somewhere else.
Pushing forward, understand.
Here it is.
They don't know
System scan
when
complete.
your only friends
Frame shift
the
drive charging.
steering gear. Wait, something new? A signal I've never seen before. Could it be?
Leaving system. Interstellar travel mode engaged.
Red giant on the scan. Planet spinning. Count of 10. Each one perfect.
A couple of stars at least there.
Analyzing.
The other day I was jumping there, it came out, there was 2 stars real close together.
Scan complete.
Okay, nothing here then. E, A, B, C, D, E, 5 stars.
Fuel swooping complete.
Becomes okay.
Frame shift drive charging.
Discover something new to say. Something new to say. Something new to say.
4,
Course adjustment.
2, 1.
I think we've been in here too long. I feel unusual. Okay, executing now.
Boy, 15 bodies.
Fuel swooping complete.
Not afraid, not afraid. Higher, higher, we must climb.
2 stars.
Breaking through the walls of time. Eternal pioneer, reaching for the light.
That's starting in 1 minute. Argon atmospheric landable with life. May host
Curian fun
University
takes you
Codex
out.
entry. Landable with atmosphere.
You back? Oh, welcome back. Nothing much has changed. Same old, same old.
Every star leads the way. Every planet has its day.
Body B2.
Oh shit.
Ammonia atmospheric.
Well, we'll be
landable
going
with
there
life.
because it could have stratum
Landable
tectonica.
with atmosphere.
Ammonia. 6 bios, there's Aliota, Bacterium, Concha, Protecta, Fungoidia, and Stratum and Tussock. 7 listed. It's Concha drop. We'll find out. We'll be going there. There's one, there's often more than one.
Ascend into new heights. Keep moving forward. We're moving forward.
Body A4. Ammonia atmospheric.
Thinking again,
landable with
there's
life.
only 5 bios, but possibly Stratum tectonica there also.
Eternal pioneer, reaching for the light.
Let me show you guys what I'm seeing. First of all, why isn't that showing up?
Eternal pioneer, we're gonna make it right. Eternal pioneer, ascending to new heights. Eternal,
Yes, okay.
we are eternal.
You can see what's possible on these 2 planets. First one has 5 biological signals. Second one has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 listed. So one of those is going to drop off also. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the top one with 5 bios. So those is going to drop off. So we'll go find out what drops off. And if the stratum tectonica doesn't drop off, then we'll be going down for that. That's A4. We'll make some money, right? We'll see what drops off the list. Remap it. Now, if the Fungoidia doesn't drop off the list, it can't tell me which particular one, since there's 2 listed, 2 different varieties listed, it can't tell me which of the 2 are there. So both of them will stay on the list until I actually sample one of them or scan it with the comp scanner to see. Probably not going to worry about the Fungoidia. You know, I'm really just going down for the stratum tectonica. Maybe the Concha. I like getting Concha. Concha's fun. A, it's usually not that hard to get. And B, you only have to go like 150 meters or so between samples, so you can often land one place and just get all 3 samples by walking a little bit.
Watch her take flight, breaking free tonight. Through the stars she soars, chasing something more. pirates on her trail, but she won't fail.
Surface scanned by 50%.
She knows what lies ahead.
Right, Stratum's still on the list.
Biological value.
Concha dropped off the list. Fortunately, that's usually what does drop off, though. Yeah, I believe that. There's really nothing else worth going after other than the stratum. The Fungoidia, one type of the Fungoidia is 3 million, but are they going to worry about it? If the concha had stayed, that'd have been almost 4.5 million. That would have been worth it. Let's go so we can find some stratum down here.
As fear begins to fade, racing through the
What's your speed, Commander? Little too fast. Little too fast. Come on, come on. Slow it down. May still be too fast. Come on, slow down, dang. I think we got it under control there. We were going a little hot there.
in uncharted space she flies. Every system a surprise. Life forms never seen before.
The terrain I would really select initially for finding this, but it'll work.
Racing through the stars tonight.
Not the soil color, but if it pops out in front of us or not, we're gonna have to go look for it. Rarely do I have to actually go back up to orbit and come down to find it. Usually it just materializes right in front of you. And once in a while, actually go looking for it or go up and down a couple of times before it'll happen. Hmm. 100% sure about that.
I hear a sound from far away.
Hard to spot. It's there.
Something pulls me day by day.
It's not my first choice of soil color to look for this stuff.
What I feel, but I know that this is real. Every night I look above, wondering what I'm thinking.
I don't want to Winnebago SRV for those long. No. Hard enough driving either one of the types of SRVs.
Can you feel them falling? There's a voice that's
Stratum
reaching out
tectonic is
through
confirmed
space and
present.
time.
Base value
Can you
19.01
hear the
million.
stars
Minimum sample distance 500 meters.
calling me?
First partial sample collected.
Actually, would have preferred a little reddish or brown, a little darker soil color. It's going to be more fun to find.
Charts and maps spread on
That's
display.
tussock right over there. I'm not going to worry about it. Shag? Well, yeah, shag carpet, of course. I'm just hoping that this is abundant everywhere, and it'll just be here.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample.
Oh my gosh, it's hard to spot.
Should I go? Everything inside says so. Can you hear the stars calling? There's a voice that's reaching out through space and time. Can you hear the stars
Oh, there's some right here. I just have.
calling me? We're going higher.
Sure doesn't want to stand out much, does it?
We're going higher. Launch sequence
That's what the window, the foot window's for.
Nothing can stop me now. Following stars.
You know, Velcros, there are probably lots of people that don't get that about shag carpet and paneling for walls. I always liked paneling. I still like paneling. I don't have any, but I liked it. I always thought it looked good.
Second partial sample collected.
The shag, well, I didn't have pros or cons, you know, feelings about shag. I mean, keeping it clean would be a pain, especially when you have pets, but I got nothing against paneling, though. Just go the appropriate distance and trust that it'll be here.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample.
Calling me. Highly calling.
Here's some.
In the silence.
Move my head over to B2 and see if it's got stratum. It'd be nice if it does. 4 stratums so far just this evening. Usually I can do about $1 billion every 3 days. In about 4 hours each day of
Sample
exobiology.
collection complete.
Knows your name, Commander.
We are done.
Through the cosmos,
We want B2. Is that right?
every star knows your name. Every star knows your name. La la la, beyond the light. La la la, into the night.
That's helpful. Hopefully I won't bootstrap by it.
No one has seen.
It's in the same general vicinity. I stopped way too soon.
Every star knows your
We cool down. I give up. I'll just cruise.
Sand, moving fast through hyperspace, setting records none can trace. Databanks filled with your finds.
I'm assuming the stratum doesn't drop off. The concha won't drop off this time.
Your ship's signature in the dark, like a celestial landmark, breaking through what holds us.
Sometimes I will go after things that I haven't gotten before.
Growing stronger.
Like on B5 is Fonticula Campetes, this or whatever, which I've gotten zillions of times. But it's telling me I haven't gotten Mauve in this sector or whatever, quadrant or whatever before. I'm not going to worry about that, but
Through the cosmos, you reign, Commander.
okay.
Every star knows your name. Every star knows your name, Commander.
Hopefully B will be illuminating this planet, moon, or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't look like it's going to be illuminating it much.
Every star knows your name. Every star knows your name. Into infinity.
Slowing down a bit.
Every star knows your name. Another signal comes through tonight from somewhere past what we know. Your voice breaks clear and bright as numbers data flow. Each message that you send our way lights up another chart. We track your path day after day as you venture far apart. Every star you touch turns to gold. Every world you find comes alive.
See what we got.
Making history thrive. Your ship scanners
Surface
paint
scanned by
the black
50%.
with colors we've never seen.
I have seen a car with shag carpet on the console on the front.
Surface scan complete.
Has high
I never
biological
was not a
values.
big fan of that. Okay, the conch is the only thing that dropped off the list, damn it.
The maps keep growing.
Aliota, that might be fun to get. Frigoidia. You're not surprised? Okay, so let's see. We're going to get the stratum.
Every star you
Where's the Aliota at? Okay, looks like it might be close to where the stratum is, maybe.
breaking barriers untold. Making history thrive.
Yeah. Maybe we can find some stratum and Aliota in the same area.
Before
It would be helpful.
the way. Those we know.
I blame you for that coughing fit. Oh. Baby blue. Yeah.
Breaking barriers.
But what's wrong with that?
Making history thrive.
Come on, be darker. So, okay. Goodness. If any luck, the Aliota will have an affinity for the stratum and they'll be like next to each other. Most likely to be the stratum and tussock though, but let's see. A lot of times you'll find two biologicals co-located in the same general area, so one of them may be harder than the other to visualize, but if you can find one, you can often find the other one right next to it. So 0.23G, good to know.
What's calling me further each day? I can't
Hoping the
explain.
stratum will just pop up in front of me here.
The stars keep pulling me in.
Like that.
Like they, then I don't know what's
What about the Aliota? Excuse me, the Aliota in a minute.
Landing gear deployed.
There's something co-located with it though.
what secrets do you hold that make my heart set sail?
It's too big to be tussock, so maybe that is the Aliota. That would be real nice because you can see the stratum. Aliota and tussock and things like that sometimes don't materialize until you're right up on it. Yeah, that's the Aliota. Cool beans.
As I drift into the blue, the stars
Stratum tectonicus confirmed present. Base value 19.01.
I was in the SRV and there was this type of Aliota and I landed in a patch of it, like that big patch over there. I landed in them and the SRV got stuck in between the Aliota and the body of the ship. I had to dismiss the ship so I could use thrusters to get off of the Aliota. It worked, but it's still fun. Cat sneezing outside my door. Doesn't sound like a kitten cat.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample.
There's going to be any challenge at all in finding either one of these Stratum or the Aliota. So.
Maybe that's why I roam, making the unknown feel like home. The stars keep whispering now, like old friends I've come
Turquoise? I didn't even notice. Yeah, it's turquoise.
Second partial sample collected.
One more of these, and we'll get the Aliota. Any luck, we'll get Aliota where we sample the last freedom.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample.
Works for me. Both of them right here.
Coordinates to plot and read, just doing what they asked of me. Mapping out infinity. These stars know my name. They're calling me to stay.
Sample collection complete. Aliota spider confirmed present. Base value 3.39 million. Minimum sample distance 150 meters. First partial sample collected.
I'm trying to see if that's far enough for me to just walk to. I think it might be. Let's try it and see. We get 2 samples here. Hey, Admiral Sanddog, welcome in. Oh, that's Tussock. Okay, never mind. Welcome in. How are you doing today, sir? I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just making a little road trip here.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 150 meters from previous sample.
Back to where I used to be, 'cause space is where I'm meant to be.
You're welcome. I'm just taking a little trip around the galaxy, literally. I'm doing a loop around the entire galaxy, 165, 163, I don't know exactly how far it'll be, 1,000 light years. Just because. Just to do it.
Second partial sample collected.
I think that's too close.
Through the black beyond the
Excuse me. Come on, you can do it. Almost. All right. Haha.
But I push through into the night. Systems unknown.
I like this and content and stuff. It's you can just walk between samples a lot of times. So. Excuse me.
Sample collection complete.
We are done here. I'm not going to worry about the other stuff. We got the money. Money makers, I should say.
Mining lasers cut the rock. Precious metals, time to dock. Pirates on the radar.
Next system en route.
Locking next star system.
Oh, I gotta get in the right window for that. All right, Admiral Sandog, welcome in and have a good lurk there and snooze. Thanks for dropping by. Next system en route.
Selecting next
There
destination.
we go.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Another 200. Exactly, 200 jumps to the first waypoint. Still. We've done about 50.
But freedom's worth more than it seems.
Frameshift drive charging.
Silent drift, power low. One last chance, time to go.
Adjusting for jump.
2, 1.
Interstellar travel mode.
I think I'm going to go about another 10 minutes or so. My voice is giving out. I'm going to figure out bed eventually here. Why is it not letting me? Oh, I'm jumping. Why won't it let me switch scanners, damn it? I'm going to need that. More talking I do, the more coughing I'll be doing. We're long tunnel. Is it me or has there been less snake error since the
Performing now.
update came out? Another video stuttering is definitely improved. The hell? And there's still some video stuttering, but it's not nearly as bad as it was.
Body 2. Argon atmospheric landable with life. Landable with atmosphere.
Either bacteria or fonticula.
Another world beneath my
Not even good ones.
push past pirates in pursuit. This mission
The green gas giant? No. Still another one here. at some point.
I find the flames that light the dark. Every star tells a story. Every star shows the way.
Yeah. Keep clicking back and there's more. You know, there'll be a Shamu.
Log update, mining metals pure.
You hiding that?
Asteroid system scanned.
Ads starting in 1 minute.
Alright, anything exciting happens, I'll wait till the ads are over, but you're probably safe that nothing exciting is going to happen between now and the end of the ads.
System scan complete.
Like I said.
Frameshift drive charging.
Every star tells a story. Every star shows the way.
So you guys
Leaving system.
start thinking about, wow, my stream is way lagged. Huh. I'm watching Stream Manager, I'm still scanning the system.
Completing system scan. Stand by.
As I was saying though, you guys start thinking about who to raid.
System scan complete.
I am going to be ending here in a little bit.
Fuel scooping complete.
Every star tells a story.
Frameshift drive charging.
Every star shows the way. Every star holds a secret that I'll discover today.
Adjusting for jump.
3, 2, 1.
Hyperspace velocity.
Every star shows the way. Every star holds a secret that I'll discover today. That we'll discover
Completing
today.
system scan. Stand by.
Fuel scooping.
28.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, that's something to do during the ads, I guess. It's a nice variety. Logics. Nada. More geologics. Logics. Hey. Running out of desktop from my mouse.
Body B3. Neon rich atmospheric landable. Landable with atmosphere. One gas giant, maybe two gas giants left.
No more gas giants. "28 bodies, no life yet." I did one system had 41 bodies. The very, very last thing I scanned had stratum tectonica. That was the only life in the entire system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Made it worth it, but still.
And stars tonight, scanning wide and deep. My ship's lights catch the crystals bright. These treasures I will keep.
I don't even know who's currently streaming right now. You guys figure out who you want to raid out to.
In this
And pay it forward here.
my name, no map can show the way. Each moment not the same.
Scanning now.
As patterns start to sway. In fields of stone, I found my throne among the cosmic dust and light. What others fear, I hold so dear, my kingdom in the night.
Look at auto scan things. Let's see what we got.
What's mine to find? Red alert, they're closing in. Quick moves through asteroid rain.
Interesting.
Trust my skills and discipline. Break free from their chain. Every blast lights up the black, but they won't catch me here. Leave no trace, no turning back.
Any planes or jets you want to see in Elite?
Each move I make today. Quite the same. As patterns lead the way.
You mean spaceship similar in shape or form to one of the planes?
What others fear, I hold so dear, my
I don't know.
kingdom in
I always thought the SR-71 was cool looking. But, no, not really. I mean, most of the modern fighters I think are cool looking.
danger turns to pure relief.
If hindsight's on, that's fine.
Body 4.
Rate him.
String landable body. Landable with high gravity.
In the stream last night, but then we had bad weather roll through and it kept knocking me offline. I had to keep reinstalling video drivers after that thing. It was just like a surge. It wasn't really a power outage, and it just made a hiccup. And
System scan complete.
but I'm not familiar with the aircraft layouts and stuff, man. Tell you the truth, most modern aircraft cockpit layouts are way too complex for a game in comparison. I don't know if you've ever been in any DCS stuff and everything. Have you looked at some of these cockpits that those planes have? Way too many buttons. Move away from this star here. All right, well, since you said 2020 hindsight is on, let's go raid him, and if he's on, let me see. 2020 hindsight's on. Fair. We'll raid him. I want to thank everybody for coming in, hanging out. May do a few more jumps before I go to bed, but I'm not going to stream it. I'm just going to I might make some distance. I don't know when I'll stream again. Probably Monday if I can. I'll try. Is Monday a holiday? It's May Day, but I don't think it's a holiday. We'll see. I'm going to set up the raid here, and we'll raid, y'all tell Hindsight 07 And 07 to you guys, thanks for coming in and hanging out. Y'all take care. I'll start the raid.
Searching the stars for a world like home. After explorer drifting through the dark we roam. Scanners up, signals strong. Every system's a map, every scan's a song. From the edge of the void to the planets untold. Hunting for life in the cosmic cold. Alien signals beneath the sky. Exobiology waiting, no limits to fly. From the edge of the void to the planets untold. Hunting for life in the cosmic cold. Alien signals beneath the sky. Exobiology waiting, no limits to fly. Earth-like worlds untouched and wild. Pirates out there with fury piled. Between the peace and danger's call, Bacardi stands strong, never will fall. Bacardi's on the hunt, stars in his sight. Exploring the unknown through endless nights. From Earth-like dreams to the pirate's fire. With the Corvette blazing, his enemies retire. Tracking life forms, chasing down the fight. In the depths of space, he's the guiding light. Boots hit the ground, scanners ping alive. Biological wonders in the deep survive. Through the nebula's reach, to the stars untamed. Every new discovery adds to the game. But there's danger out there in the pirate zone. Federal Corvettes, engines moan. Locked in tight, no mercy given. When pirates attack, it's survival driven. Between the stars and battles fought, he never loses the mission he's got. Life in the black, born for the quest. Bacardi pushes on, never needs rest. Bacardi's on the hunt, stars in his sight. Exploring the unknown through endless nights. From Earth-like dreams to the pirate's fire. With the Corvette blazing, his enemies retire. Tracking life forms, chasing down the fight. In the depths of space, he's the guiding light. From the blackest void to the brightest star, Bacardi's traveled the galaxy near and far. No pirate too strong, no world too small. Commander Bacardi answers the call. Exploring the mysteries, fighting the foe. In the galaxy's depths, it's where he'll go. Bacardi's on the hunt, stars in his sight. Exploring the unknown through endless nights. From Earth-like dreams to the pirate's fire. With the Corvette blazing, his enemies retire. Tracking life forms, chasing down the fight. In the depths of space, he's the guiding light. From the blackest void to the brightest star, Bacardi's traveled the galaxy near and far. No pirate too strong, no world too small.